Coach Phil, if you'll sit here, Tyler sit here, and we'll bring Jacob down here. And I understand that Jake is on his way to the hospital. Is that right?
Correct. I would care for one. Thank you. Water.
Coach, if you will make any opening comments you want to make, and then we'll open up for questions. Coach Scottville.
I thought our kids played hard, and I thought our game plan was intact to what we needed to do today to have a chance to win. I was running on them and moving the ball on them and getting the ball up and down the floor against their press, and I thought we did a really good job with that. And Bonner went out, and that hurt us because he's our main ball handler on the team, and he runs our offense. It all goes through him, and unfortunately he had a pretty bad fall and ended up busting his eardrum. We brought him back to the bench and thought he was going to be able to go, but blood started coming out of his ears, and at that point the trainers took him over to the side of the arena and realized that his eardrum had busted. So he is at this time at Children's Hospital, and I haven't heard anything at this point about his.
Questions for players or coach?
For Scott and Tyler, I mean, you guys don't see that kind of pressure up in North Alabama at all.
No, we hadn't.
How difficult was it? I mean, it just looked like even when Jake was in there that the game was very speeded up.
It was. They did a great job. They're good. They're a good basketball team, and they put pressure on us from the time the ball was threw in to we lined up and tried to make a shot. They great ball pressure all the way up and down the floor, and like Mr. Gregg said, we haven't seen that type of pressure up in North Alabama. We played several big schools up there to try to get that exposure and try to get that experience to play against people like that. And we played a lot of good teams, but it's just not to that point.
Could you comment on their pressure?
Yeah, we try to play in teams during the regular season bigger than us to get the experience like Coach said, but once you get down to the big stage, it's a totally different atmosphere, and no matter how used to you think you are, it's just 10 times faster than you expect it to be. And when Jake got hurt, it just got harder to handle.
What were you thinking when Jake first went out? You guys had a 1-point lead at that point, and it was an up-tempo game, but you guys seemed to be handling it much better when he was in the game.
At first, when he got hurt, he's fallen a few other times during the season. I figured it was just a stinger and he'd come right back in. And then kept looking, he wouldn't come back in. And then I saw he was over at the trainer's table. I knew we'd probably have to go the rest of the game without him. And it was just tough.
Other questions for the players or coach?
Jacob, you kind of took over at the point for Jake. How difficult is it when you're not used to playing that?
Well, coach has told me all year. He's like, you're gonna have to learn to handle the ball even when he does go out. And I've been trying, but like Tyler said, once you get to the big stage up here, you don't know what's gonna happen, and it's a little harder to do things on these different courts, coming from a high school basketball court, and their pressure just got to me a little bit, and I just couldn't manage.
Other questions?
Can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
I just want to say what a privilege it is to coach such a fine group of kids. We might not be the talented group in Alabama, but I have got the best athletes, student athletes, young men that anybody could possibly want to coach. And I've been blessed to have them all these years at Bear Creek. And the guy sitting to the right of me, he's a senior. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. It's a tremendous honor to coach people like him and Jacob and the other guys on our team. And I just want to say how much I appreciate being involved with kids like that I have.
Well, Coach, thank you. I'm sure there may be some one-on-ones right through this curtain whenever we get through. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great season, guys. Y'all can take these names. This is Jake.